Hello everyone, and let me just get my closed captions on. Hello everyone, and how are we all doing today? So it's a lovely Friday, at least where I am. And well, we have our Sims 2 game back in our rotation. So in our first episode, I showcased the neighborhood that we have here, which basically consists of 4 families at the moment. And we went through the Portillos, who are basically our mayoral family. The Burrs, who are now 2 teenage girls whose parents unfortunately died in an accident. Then we breezed through the Huffman family, who is an adult male who adopted 2 children. And then we moved on to the Nolan family, where he has started up a business. So we, off stream, before I started, I did put together these mobile home houses for everyone, and obviously extended it for the Portillos a little bit. And we can see that Nolan has a tiny little commercial area in front of his, and here, this is where our planned town square is going to be. So let's get right into the Nolan household. And I will get us up some music, because apparently, despite using music from The Sims 2, I got hit with a couple of copyright things for YouTube. So instead, I have now decided that we are going instead to be playing some nice copyright-free ambient music. So let me just add that to my music player while we are loading into the game, and we can get going. So that should start playing in a moment. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this is just all ambient music from let me just get the details up. Okay, that is not actually showing a specific details that I was hoping for. But this is basically by a company called Stream Beats, and this is just their ambient music collection. So we can just adjust the sound and make sure that make sure the sound sounds okay. And we will load into Nolan household. So where we left off with Richard Nolan last time was that he had started a home business. Let me just turn that music down a bit, because I'm not quite sure if it's too loud for people viewing. And we had him import, in quotation marks, a number of parcels of fruit and veg into the neighborhood, and that basically meant that okay, my music has suddenly, I was going to say the music suddenly stopped, but no, it just popped back in. So anyway, he imported it and started selling it to various townies in the neighborhood. So from there, we will be having a look at how things are going to be progressing for him, because he made a few sales, and also he had oh goodness, what's the word? Yes, he had a few sales and also managed to get together enough loyalty stars to actually become a level 2 business. So I do apologise for the fact that loading into the first household of the game does tend to, you know, take a good while to actually come through. But once we get in here and do this first one, it should be without issue. So, how is everyone doing today in terms of being on the cusp of, well, potentially having a couple of days off? I hope things are going well for everyone and you have the time and capabilities to do some things that you like and have been planning to do. For myself, I definitely need to do some gardening. The potato plants that we have shot up with all of the rain and weather that we've had, which basically means potatoes grow good anywhere, but these have really just shot up. So I need to take a bit of time to actually get them earthed up and start growing some more potatoes, so we can see how things will be going on from there. We also had a look at some of our garlic is growing pretty decently, and we're finally getting some nice carrot seeds sprouting. So we'll have to have a look at that in the future, and please tell me my game is not completely crashed, because that would be a tiny bit annoying. But hopefully it is doing alright and we'll come back into action in a moment. Alright, let's keep going and see how we are doing. And nope, this is... oh, I was going to say it is still loading up a bit, but nope, it has actually come through. Okay, so we will be looking at Richard Noland and having a look at where we were, where we left off, and what we plan to actually go and do. Okay, there we are. So that has finally kicked into action. So we will be in there momentarily. Yep, and there we go. So a bit of background on Richard Nolan here. He is a sim who was taken from a rather oldish neighbourhood from way back when. He was a fortune sim and business owner back then, though he came from a relatively rich, somewhat prestigious family rather than being the founder of the household. But we will just go with that for the time being, and let me just have a look, because he did roll being heterosexual, and obviously he is a single sim, so we want to have a look. And unfortunately there are no actual sims around that he likes. He does have 100 friendship with Jo, but she is way too young for him. I am not going to have him get in any kind of relationship with a teenager, and I am not going to be waiting for her to become an adult before they can start anything. But apparently we start off with someone calling Richard. So who is this? It is just one of the townies that we had in the last episode coming through and buying some stuff. So we do also probably want to set Richard's ideal number of kids. Despite it only affecting like 1/5 of the amount of children he and his future wife will have, we still need to go through and do all of that. So that is going to be his nice points, which is a total of 1, plus his outgoing of 7, plus an active of 8, plus a nice rating of 3, divide that by 3, and then divide that by his aspiration bonus times 2. So he is a fortune sim, so that is divided by 6, and that gives us just over 1. So sim settings, pregnancy, ideal family size is 1. And risky pregnancy odds do not matter, as he is a male sim who is not going to be getting pregnant in any way. Well, okay, one way, alien abduction, but that tends to be more of a binary yes or no thing. So we'll just let him chat along with this sim for a while. His motives and mood are pretty okay. And as I said in a previous stream, his lifetime want is to become a city planner, which does play in quite nicely with the plans for the neighborhood, as we have a couple of different sims have wants that are not going to be achievable in this, but are still going to be somewhat well, it will lead us into ideas for the neighborhood. We have the mayor's daughter wants to become education minister, which basically means that she is going to be our line into getting education set up in the neighborhood and getting some kind of school. One of the Burr sisters, I can't remember which one it is. And honestly, I can't remember what lifetime want it actually was, but it was one that would have led into some development of the neighbourhood as well. And with Richard here wanting to be a city planner, that means that he is basically going to be in charge of managing lot expansions, housing extensions, importing potentially the materials that we need for all of that. Okay, it is 11 PM and Richard's hunger is getting a bit low, so we will cancel his call. Oh dear, what's happened? I cancelled the call and the game just immediately froze. Okay, it doesn't look like anything bad, thank goodness. Thank goodness. And I do also apologise if I stop and stutter a bit or sound a bit weird. I am having a bit of a later lunch than I normally would, but we will just proceed. Unfortunately, Richard being a messy sim means he does kind of rather eat messily. Bladder and energy are absolutely fine, so he can put that away. He can clean up his plates. Oops, no. I am so used in other games to shift click and like add things to a queue rather than normal click overriding something, so I didn't mean to almost force an error on the plate there, but we can go over here, get him to sleep in pyjamas, and we will open up the business in the morning. So let's just wait for the new morning to tip through. We may need to let him watch a bit of TV ahead of time though, because his fun is getting pretty low. Though this is the business/market store he has set up, These are all fruits and veg from one of Sun and Moon's gameplay mod / custom content. And basically what I am headcanoning is this allows us to buy the fruit and veg at a bit of a cost. And what I am thinking is that every Sunday we have an import into the neighbourhood. So that is an import of general goods and products. And one of the things that does is means that Richard here can import fruit and veg for his stall for the next week. However, that does also unfortunately mean that when it's out of stock, it's out of stock. So quite nicely, he decided to go and watch a movie on his own. So I don't have to micromanage all of that. And then we will bump up to 2 speed. Get his bladder and hygiene filled up, and then open up the business momentarily. He does obviously have a bunch of growing areas here, but being a more business-minded sim, he's probably going to be more focused on, you know, actually running the business rather than anything else. So that may end up laying fallow until we get a potential spouse moving in. Okay, so he's gone to use the bathroom facilities. And I think also just to make sure, we will have him get some leftovers, top up his energy. Not energy, top up his hunger meter. And we will leave that for where he is just before opening up the business. So for those of you that have like The Sims 2 Open for Business / the complete collection, what type of business is your favourite one to open up? So through the magic of custom content and mods, I've been able to build up quite a few different ones myself, and I think probably the favourite that I've managed to create in the past was one that was using the food stalls from Bon Voyage, I think it was. Some of those modded, and then set up a little bar / pub area. So Sims could obviously come in, have a general bar area to sit down, but then also have a food stall section where they could grab something to eat. So I will just get him to clean up the newspapers, because if we don't, potential customers are potentially going to complain about that. And while he is doing that, I'm going to use the business controller to toggle open and close on the business. And then using the same one, we are going to business and be restocker. So that should start automatically, making sure that he starts attending to the needs of the potential customers we have in. So with all of these being imported, we also have them set to expensive. So that is, let me just see, 27% above wholesale cost, though we have taken the first rank of wholesale discount. So that is 25% profit on those. And let's just see how Richard will manage on his own. I am going to obviously keep an eye on how things are going to progress and just nudge him in the right direction a couple of times. So basic sell on that person. And again, just to obviously get his sales skill up. As we see, he has a want to get a silver one. He already has a bronze one. And that we can see there. And have either of those... Okay, you have one bolt with her. Let's just say hello to you, because I generated 30 townies through the just random shift click create townies item. So there aren't actually many adult female Sims to really choose from. So unfortunately, one bolt may be as good as we get in this. But we have a few things being bought, and Richard is already going in and restocking them, as he should be. And once again, bump it up to 2 speed, just to make sure that we have things progressing at a nice pace without being too fast or too slow. So we will do a basic sell for you. Anyone else need a bit of encouragement? Probably you and you. No, that's good there. That looks good there, and we will do another one for you here as well, just to make sure that we get at least one sale from her. So it will be interesting. Oi, oi! I think someone just left. I think someone just left without paying. Oh goodness, that was the sim that I greeted. So I don't know if she actually genuinely bought something or not. But that's annoying if she did just leave without paying. Because I know that can happen. I know that can happen. Nope, we want you to ring up these customers before restocking. So this is going to be a bit painful and take a bit of time, because unfortunately he has no skill in terms of the cash register. Oh, there we go, finally he has actually gotten a bronze one. So you don't seem to be that enthused about buying another item, so we will use an offer at. And okay, you seem to be getting a bit grumpy as well. So we will do an offer at average for you as well. And obviously, seeing as we have put everything at expensive, it means we can afford to sell things for a bit lower than what they are. So there we go, that gives us another loyalty customer star. Oops, no, we don't want you going off to answer the telephone. We want you to business. Okay, we'll do be cashier. No, I don't want to quit. Oops, that would have been bad. So actually, if I can remember, we need up here. Oh no. So it has been a while. Okay, we only need one customer star to reach the next level, which is nice to see. And someone around here apparently has allergies, because I just heard a major sneeze from someone. And there we go. So bronze cash register badge means he can ring things up a little bit faster and be a bit more confident. And yes, with the business controller, I do have it set up so basically everyone from child to elder can come through here and try buying things, hence why we've got a random towny child deciding to browse through. And I will think we will business change you to be restocker, because that is more of an immediate priority. So there we go, we have no more radishes, which means we are going to be removing those from sale, and we will have to wait 6 days until we can get a new shipment in and we can start selling some more. So yes, this does have the potential disadvantage where we sell out of things like Monday or Tuesday and we have to wait until Sunday to be able to restock them and get some more in, and that obviously impacts our ability to actually gain money, but this is just what is going to happen in such a small hamlet such as this. And there we go, Richard now has a silver sales badge, so obviously he now wants to get a gold one. And I have kept it locked in the want to get to a level 2 business. So bring up these customers quickly. Or not, seeing as that sim is in the way, so quickly cheat a little bit to get them to move, or actually move the cash register up a tiny bit. We can do that and ring up those customers, and that should be without issue. Or not, seeing as you don't seem to want to do it. No bathroom breaks yet. Ring up the customer, please. There we go. That's done it. Okay, so it will be interesting to see how much money we can make from this today. So back to business, be restocker, restock a few things. You have had enough, you are heading out, so we might have a new customer come in. And then let's see, sales offer at average for her. And yes, I think also get a few more, oops, no, we don't want to hire him, and get a few more sales for all of these ones. I just find it so adorable. That's so adorable, the interactions for selling to little kids, because you have one like that where they kneel down to the kids level, and then there's also one where it's like they do the interaction and then rub the top of their head. It is just so cute. Let's see if we can get that second one over here with a basic sell. There we go, there's the other interaction. I just love that. And that gave us a rank 2 business. So we will lock in the gold sales talents badge, because that one is going to take us a while to actually get. Okay, and I saw hearts there and I thought it might be for our sim, but unfortunately, nope, it is not. Oh, nope, no. When I tell you to ring up the customers, I mean ring up the customers. Not suddenly go back and decide you need to restock things as a priority. Okay, so that is 176 simoleons from that person. And, ooh, okay, I didn't realise it got to 7 PM. So we will do a toggle open close. I'll let Richard ring up all of these Sims who have purchased something. Sorry, mate. He came in pretty much as we were closing. That's 88 simoleons from there. And how much did she buy? 176. Okay, so we can set you to be a restocker. You will automatically go and naturally restock those items for us. And in terms of attraction, we still have that one singular 1-bolt sim. Okay, restocking is done. Bathroom, leftovers, and then probably bed. And repeat the same thing again for tomorrow and see if we can get any new towny Sims in that might be of interest to Richard. If we get to the end of tomorrow and we just have that singular 1-bolt sim, I will probably start focusing our attractions towards her, because, well, there's not going to be much choice in the neighbourhood, and at least having someone with some attraction is probably going to be better than no one. You need to probably actually take a shower and then head to bed. So if we did have more than one potential sim that could be of interest for Richard, this would be about the time where I'd be considering the pros and cons. What is their relative attraction levels? Can we find out what aspiration they are? Which one would fit better in this neighbourhood? And then go to a situation where basically which is the sim that Richard is rolling more wants and interest for. For now, I will again let him go on autonomy for a bit. He can get his own motives up. And we will actually have a look at the aspiration rewards here. So we will fill those 5 in. And I will have a look once again at what his secondary is potentially going to be. So I don't think we actually rolled it, but considering his lifestyle in the previous one, I will make him a secondary knowledge sim. And we will accept that and just let him get on with the morning. Another newspaper delivery. Some more leftovers to fill that hunger bar. Clean that up. Recycle this. Right, and we are back down to gold aspiration level, which is fine. Let's see. Dress you in your everyday. 9:15 AM. Open the business. And let's see. Whoops. Which one did I? No, I didn't want to do that. Let's see. We want you to be a restocker. Once again. And heading off to the bathroom for a quick bathroom break ahead of the start. And start the day off with a sail towards this sim, who I can already see a slight bolt interest in. Though I think she may be a teenager. Yes, she is. Okay, that is ACR at work. So once again, we don't want him to potentially have an interest in a teenager. But where is the sales option for you? I can't seem to see it. So basic sell you. Nope, influence. No, can't seem to sell you anything. Never mind. Well, we will just do you then. But regardless, we should be able to get a few sales through here for today. And as you can see, I've got the relationship section open to seeing any voltage between him and some towny sims, just in case we somehow have a magnetic attraction between some sims. You've moved on to a different thing. Let's see. Okay, yep. We do have an option to put a bit of a sale on. Oh, okay. The one issue with obviously doing this at 2 speed is that I sometimes click on the wrong thing, and we do need to pause and cancel down what we are doing, just to make sure I don't accidentally hire someone when I don't mean to. Okay, so this looks to be going okay. Not spacebar. We want the pause button, and okay, business, be cashier, at least for now. And then we can set you back to being a restocker. Put a few things back, as some people seem to be complaining about that. And back to cashier once you've restocked that singular item, hopefully. There we go. And that is nice, a silver talent badge now. So you are going over to show this sim something. Let's set you back to being a restocker. Oh, there we go. 2 bolts. And that's going to be interesting. She is a redhead as well. So I have things set up in my neighbourhood that basically red is the most recessive of all hair genes. So you can only inherit red hair yourself if both of your parents have a red hair gene. So what that means is, if we do indeed put Richard along with this sim here, Tiffany White. That means all of their kids will be red hair, but the next gen may be a bit different because obviously we will have the other red, black and blonde hair genes in the mix. So unless their kids end up with the red-haired sim, that red-haired gene is probably going to be a bit hidden for a couple of generations. So yes, I think we will probably not open the business tomorrow and instead focus our efforts and actions on Tiffany and see if we can get her romantically interested in Richard and potentially move into the neighborhood. That will give us obviously another sim, and let's see, a bronze stocking badge. Okay, we're cranking through those pretty nicely today, it looks like. So if we come over here and do you a sale offer at average, you don't seem to be that interested in what we have at the moment. We need you to be cashier for a moment. If you don't just decide you need to do something different. But I think things we are doing okay here for today. I will close the business down. We will get everyone to oh, okay, he was the business reviewer then. I just saw that. A bit more money, and we can immediately, let's see if we can actually keep her around. No, unfortunately not. Okay, so we will set you to restock everything, and then once we have that done in a in-game hour or so. So how is our cash flow? So cash flow to date plus 276. Obviously this one here where we had like almost 3,000 in expenses was when we were setting up our business and buying all the fruits and veg. But then these two are almost pure profits. So that is a good thing to see. Okay, Richard has finished restocking, so we will go here. Use bathroom once again. Get leftovers. That should probably be the last plate from that serving. Yep, it is. So we'll get him to clean that up. And then we can progress through. So and start calling that sim of ours. Now, I was not honestly expecting him to have interest in another red-haired sim, but it doesn't really make much difference to me. So Tiffany White, let's call her just to talk and see how things go, because I'm pretty convinced that we will be marrying or at least moving her into this household, and that will obviously help us in terms of running the business, potentially growing some of our own veg to sell. But that will have to wait until the next rotation because we are 24 in-game hours away from the end of the rotation with this family, and then we will go back to our mayoral household. Before we do that, I'll actually put in a check, and when Richard finishes talking to Tiffany, I think we will send 5,000 over to our mayor, and that gives him some more money to start developing our first town square. So the rules on this are a little bit I wouldn't say wishy-washy, but they are in flux. So the first ones that I decided on was that everyone was going to obviously be moving in using some like trailer or mobile homes rather than having anything more structurally permanent. And then also that the mayor would be the one who takes control of like the town meetings, which are every Monday, and would also be the one in charge, at least initially, of doing things like gathering up taxes and funds from the residents to build up community lots. And once we have the initial town square and a pub, then people will be able to start voting on what they want to have next. Now the thing is, I'm not quite sure how I am going to manage that. I may do something like look at the interests of all the teen and up Sims in the neighborhood and like see what one comes out on top in terms of number of, well, interests. Oh, I was going to say, it's like, why are you trying to call someone again? But no, we want to send it to Duncan. So then send that to Duncan Portillo. I'm aware it is almost midnight, but we are almost done with this. So that should be, yep, 5 grand sent to Duncan. So we can delete that. And I've completely lost count of how much money we've actually sent across to Duncan to store for the town hall, but we will see pretty shortly because going back to the mayoral household is going to be the next one on our rotation. So anyway, from there I was saying we might look at the interests and calculate, basically add up all of the points in all of the interests, divide them by the number of Sims, see which one comes out on top, and see what kind of community lot we can potentially put together. So it's going to be interesting because obviously something like environment, if that one out, that would be a public park. Food would probably be some kind of pub or restaurant. Animals would probably be like an animal rescue centre. Things like school toys, paranormal, sci-fi would be a bit difficult to do so, as would, yeah. Oh, I'll have a think about that. I'll probably have a list of community lot ideas which can be put forwards anyway, and then I will decide on what to do from there. So we will serve ourselves a breakfast. Let's go for an apple turnover. Okay, so once basically he's finished that and we've put the leftovers in the fridge, I will be inviting over his new potential roommate slash romantic partner. So there we go. Oh, and we are getting a phone call from someone. Don't quite know who. Let's just answer it, see who it is. Hey, it is just you wanting a chat, never mind. And we will greet Tiffany down here. Though changing out of your pyjamas may have been a good idea, we don't actually have a wardrobe because I am just used to running on mods to do that quickly, but I think we will obviously kind of do that very briefly. Where it is... there it is. So we'll just use that, a standard clothes rack, so change into everyday. Okay, so we can actually come down here and have a chat. Ah, yes, because we've locked this to our avoid our customers coming through, but never mind. Never mind. That was supposed to be either never mind or nevertheless, and I just smushed them together. So let's have a look. We can ask, what's your job? And ask, how much money do you have? And also ask what your skills are, just so we can start getting to know her. And this is not at all seeing how useful she is going to be. So she's a waitress, 1 simoleon. And she is good at cleaning, charisma, creativity, and body. So that is, you know, an alright amount. Okay, you're going to be collecting some eggs from there for food. And I'm just going to let you two run on autonomy and just see what you two get up to. Which is ACR kicking in and woohooing on the sofa, so I will ignore that. Let's just have a look at some lovely butterflies instead. So there we go. Okay, so they should be yep, there we go. I just heard the flip of clothes, and very romantic he was to make a sale to her. Very, very romantic. The thing is, 100 short term, 25 long term, or 29 long term is not going to be good enough to move her in, but apparently if he keeps on doing all these romantic actions, we may have her moved in by the end of the rotation anyway. Okay. If I just put that back down to 1 speed, and I will check on a couple of things. Okay, so we are looking pretty good. So let's get back to what we were doing. We don't want to go across to the Huffman household. We do want to, when she gets to 50 long term, hopefully we'll be able to manage that autonomously. Ow. So yeah, as you can probably tell, I am a pretty hands-off simmer with all the mods and everything I have. I'm content to let my sims just autonomously do a lot of what they want. So she does have a 51 I can't think, proposed move in, so she might accept if she doesn't decide to go completely to the bottom just after I select that. Yep, she has moved in. 3,920 simoleons added to the family funds, and let's have a look at her. So indeed she is family. She is indeed a waitress. She has a silver toy making badge and a bronze sewing badge. Can't quite figure out what level waitress that might be. That might be level 4. Her personality. Let's do these and let's randomize a number for her. So a random dice from 1 to 6 is 2, which is fortune. Okay, she is staying as a pure fortune sim then. And she has 1 singular yellow squash in inventory. Okay, so we will put that there. No actions available apparently. Okay, we will just sell that then. 70 simoleons, and they settle down for their first, well, I was about to say breakfast, but no, it's almost 5 PM. So let's actually have a look and get her ideal number of children and risky woohoo chances up. So once again, we want her bio. So neat points 4, plus her outgoing, which is 7, plus her active, which is 8, plus her nice, which is 3. Divide that by 3 and then divide that by 6. So that comes out to 1.2, which rounds down to just 1. So Sim settings, pregnancy, ideal family size of 1. And then the risky woohoo thing for ACR. So 10 minus innate points, which is 4, plus the amount of playful quotes you have, which is 3. Times that by your aspiration point, which is fortune 2, and then divide that itself by 3, which gives you 6%. The Sim settings, pregnancy odds, change risky odds. So there we go, 6, and you can go back to eating. So unfortunately with her as a fortune sim, she is rolling if she wants to buy things, whereas Richard is, at least for the moment, content with just learning things. But it is almost 6 PM, so you'll become an elder in 34 days and you'll become an elder in 31 days. And I am not going to pressure any sim into marriage or children. That will either be as a result of an risky pregnancy on ACR or their own wants. So it's getting close up to 7 PM. So this has been quite a productive one. I wasn't quite expecting that we would indeed get someone for Richard and moved in, but we have. So we will save. And unfortunately, I don't think we can get back to the Mayer household from here. I think it is a bit too far away, but we will have a look. Yes, we can jump over to them, so that's nice. And let's see what things will happen here. So the checks we won't actually get until the post comes through, until Saturday, I believe, unless they manage to do a special delivery on that for the next day. So you want to reach creativity level 5. You want to woohoo with 3 sims. That is never going to happen. Your lifetime want is never going to happen. And the education minister, and you want to gain a skill point. So what are your skills currently like? Fairly decent. Hey. If you are tired enough to have a nap, you are tired enough to go to bed. So we will get you some food first though. And we need you to answer the phone. I'm starting to remember the controls. Is Duncan available to talk? I suppose technically, yes. Okay, so nope, no napping. Go to bed. So there we go. So he's answering the phone and talking to Richard. Probably getting a bit of discussion about his business. Thank you, Estella. We really needed that. I really forget how annoying messy sims are in this game sometimes. So anyway. So Richard being the premier business owner and with a want to become a city planner, that probably means that he and Duncan are pretty close in terms of discussing what's going to be going on with the neighbourhood and what we might consider for the future. So let's just see how that relationship is going. Okay, not even really friends yet, but Duncan probably needs to get to bed, so we will end that call and just have a send him back to bed and get started again in the morning. So we probably actually want some ladybug houses for our plants. Let's expand that up and find where they are, because I can never 100% remember. There we go, they are right at the end. We will put that not there. That was a slight misclick. We want that there instead. And that should help us with the infestation system. I saw a few ladybugs fly out. So we should be managed with that. Okay, yep, I did put at least one of you with some talent badges last time. So let's go through and... Yep. Okay, I was going to say, yep, they're not invested anymore, but no, I can see some down there, unfortunately. So apparently both... Yep, mother and daughter apparently want to... Oh, okay, everyone wants to eat omelettes this morning. Okay, fair enough. We'll probably make that. No, I want you to tend many plants and try and get at least some half decent tomatoes around. You are just obsessed with that chess table, but that doesn't matter. You'll probably max out your logic skill in time anyway. And serve breakfast omelettes, seeing as everyone wants to eat those today. So yeah, this looks nice. Reasonably productive, reasonably calm, and let's just hope that things stay this way. And of course, seeing as we did get some eggs that we put into the fridge, we have some nice sparkly foods. So you want to sneak out, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, you do have 2 bolts with Julian Holmes here, but we'll have to just see how things work out for you. And of course you will be growing up. Let me hover over. So despite the fact that says 5 days, that is actually 4 days. So creativity and just gain a generic skill point. So we will tell you to continue practice on these. And yeah, like I said, once again, we will just leave everyone on to autonomy for the moment. Oh, I say that and he just finishes that painting. Thankfully, he doesn't have a fear of selling a bad one, so we can just sell that and get a second one going. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty decent. You want to learn lifelong happiness, which is probably going to be a good idea, seeing as you're never going to reach your lifetime wants. Okay, you've rolled off those skills, so I'll send you just to use the bathroom. And you want to pull prank, go to college. Okay, so hopefully you're not going to be too disappointed when you don't get to go to university, because that is just not going to happen. And can I probably move you up to a B+ grade? Probably. So school grade B+, and just move you up, seeing as you are powering through the logic skill. Honestly, thinking about it, I probably should have used the money order, there it is down there, and sent the money straight through to this household rather than relying on the check system. So, but never mind, it just gives us a bit of chill time. But when we get the bills or post tomorrow, we should be able to get those checks, and then we can put some time towards sending Duncan here off to the town square community lot, and we can do a bit of building on that. Okay, so are there any other wants that you really have? Become an overachiever is not necessarily going to happen because there are no jobs available in the neighbourhood. You obviously want your daughter to have a scholarship, which, well, you can call up the universities and get one, but it's not ever going to be used. And yeah, nothing really of interest there. So I'll put that up to speed 3, and let's see, let's do some leftovers. So what do you want to do? Chat online, get a job in the slacker career. If you want to nap, you are going to bed, and you could probably top up your bladder and hygiene in the bathroom. You actually, yes, you do have a need decay thing that we can get. And once you're finished with that, put the leftovers away, use bathroom yourself and get to bed. And then tomorrow we can come in, get that money from the other residents, and build our first community lot. So I wonder, I have said that our first community lot, no, I didn't want you to nap on the sofa, I wanted you to go to actual bed. So our first community lot is going to be a town square, which is also going to have a few different facilities in it. Maybe some exercise equipment, I haven't 100% decided, but it is definitely going to have a recreational park aspect to it. It might have a little grilling area. It is definitely going to have a small graveyard section for the first of our Sims that died. And then after that, we are going to be having our next community lot is going to be a pub where we can basically put that together and just make sure that people have somewhere that they can go for general socialization. So you don't really have any things, so harvest many pole beans, and once that is done we will send you over to tend the strawberry plants, because we obviously don't want to have you tending all of the pole beans which we are harvesting and essentially getting rid of. And then we can also give that over to Richard Nolan, and he can use that to sell. So we want you to plant many pole beans, get that back up and growing again. Then we can... Okay, apparently there are still some bugs around, so we want to tend you, or spray you, tend many. Hopefully no one is going to turn it into a plant sim, because if they are, I am just going to turn them right back, because I have very little interest in plant sims in this neighbourhood. So the only real supernaturals we will be having are aliens and maybe witches, depending on how I feel about that. So Estella is absurdly interested in maxing out her logic skill, and that might, seeing as she rolled the want for it, push her to an A grade in my personal system. But for now we are at least holding... Okay, apparently they had omelettes for breakfast yesterday, and that is all the adults want for today. But we have it all right. Yep, things look to be fine. We can feed the chickens and collect some eggs for a bit more food. Neither of those have suddenly Let's see, get leftovers. Suddenly started producing any kind of food. So let's get that out. You could probably do with a bit, and you could definitely do with some food. So does the mail not come on Saturdays then? Because that is going to be a little aggravating if it's not. Okay, well, if it's not, then we will go to Bank Online, withdraw all of it, 5,600. And I think regardless we will make a start on that anyway. So 5,600 successfully deposited. And then we can, where is it? Business. Okay, that's just start home business. Real estate. If I can click on the right thing, purchase community lot. And hopefully the money we have is going to be enough to at least buy it. So town square, 6,800. Okay. So I think I sent 20,000. So if we grab the loan jar and let's borrow 20,000, so we can do that, and then obviously whenever the money actually comes through we can decide to pay back that loan and everything should be fine. So purchase the town square. Yes, we want to watch that. Purchase that, and then we can water lot, community lot, and we will. Yes, I think we will send everyone to the town square just so that everyone is around and we can have a bit of socialization for that. So do people really like doing all of the community lot building and whatnot, or are you someone who tends to be more interested in just putting down the pre-made ones? So anyway, this is our community lot. It is, as you can see, pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but I am hoping, because it is right at the intersection of these roads here and also opposite the beach, it is going to have some interest in it and it is going to be a fair bit of a focal point. But for the moment we will get some flooring down to make some nice tiled walkways. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any that are like partially done, though that might more be in the garden centre or terrain. That's what I was looking for. The terrain area. So this is general street art stuff. So park bark. That's some different street ones. That is a sandpit option, ocean, and then obviously different grass types. So we probably want some of that. And okay, control to get rid of that because that is a bit too much. And obviously try and get as straight a line as I can possibly manage, which is not going to be... Okay, trick. Hold down the mouse and then just move with the keyboard buttons. Does that. There we go. And add a bit more over here just to make it vaguely wider. Okay, that is going okay. And of course we can also just press the undo button to do all of that. And like so, and one last bit Now we can get up here. And then let's see, where is about halfway. So yes, this will pretty much look like a kind of four corners area. So okay, I am keeping the mouse absolutely 100% still, but it is, I think, just naturally wobbling on that. So we will add a bit more down here. And then manually come in and add that. Go back a bit. And just refine it. And there we go. And this is going to do that just about there. Okay, so obviously immediately, and that does not look centered to me at all. That looks like this area is much bigger than this one, but never mind. So we will get some gates or fencing and gates out, and we will do a nice little fenced off area for our graveyard section. And obviously with that I want to make sure that we have the right gate, just so it makes or matches a bit. So we will go for that one. And where is the corresponding fence for that one? Because obviously not all fences have a matching door, and not all doors have a matching fence. So we want something that is kind of old-fashioned wood-like. And I don't think fence recolours aren't really a thing, so they are all individual. So we will have to have a manual look over all of these, and I can't seem to see ones which are matching the gate that we've put down, so never mind. Let's choose a different gate if we can. So that is the same one. So okay, long branch. Let's actually see if we can find that. That's all. So low stakes fencing. And minimal, obviously. That just says wooden fence. And nope, none of that. Nope, we don't want an invisible one. Oh, okay, that's Longhorn. Right, so there is something there, but it doesn't look like they have the options for the darker ones. Oh, was that honestly really long? Oh, long branch. Okay. Long branch, not Longhorn. It's a chic fence. Hey. This is why people go for mods, EA, because you don't give matching things. This is why people go for mods. So that's a fence to keep in mind. That's elegant rails. That's... Nope. Even that, no, that doesn't even remotely look similar. So yes, we will indeed go for a different one. So we have, what is this? Walt Weller Iron Gate. And let's go back here. And that one. Yep, there we go. Those match. So we will do that instead. So we will put that gate back here and have it be roughly, come on. Let's see, let me pick it up. And then we do this, so that will go all the way down there and across to there. And that will be our graveyard kind of area. and we can't pick that up, so we need to manually delete it. And let's get some benches around there. Okay, that is not benches, that is seats. There we go, there's more benches. So we have move objects on, so set quarter tile placement on, do Control F, and then we can also do some fancy diagonal things. Now I very much know that this may set quarter tile placement, or put that off just so we can get yep, looks good to me. And we will put down, if I can remember correctly where it is not there. Grain, it is not there. We want the flowers. And let's see, what do we have? So we've got daisies, pansies, poppies, marigolds, gerbers, irises. So let's go for like that, and then some of those like that, and then we will probably put down actual proper daisies in between all of that. One last one. Add a small bit of fencing once again. So this time we will do not the zigzag one we wanted. Yep, just a small little fence to stop people from accidentally coming over all of the flowers. And then let's just change some of these to different colours just to make things a bit more visually fun. So we will add that one there, and we will make that one like that. And then coming across here, we don't want to do that one, we do want to do that one in there, and then that one could be left as it is. This one change to that, and this one over here change to yellow. Yep, that looks good. So that is one corner of the community lot done. That is our graveyard, and then we want to probably do our actual playground area. So some hobbies and interests. Okay, none of that would be useful, but we do obviously have children's climbing frames and whatnot. And then this is obviously pretty much almost entirely sun and moon stuff. What's that? Okay, sewing machine. And this stuff here. Once it loads up, rabbit hutches. Okay, yeah, that is pretty much almost entirely sun and moon stuff, which we won't be needing here because part of this process is pretty much building up the community lot, then selling it, or essentially selling it back to the community, because this is not going to be making any kind of money or profit for us. So anyway, back to the games section, and we want a play tower up there, and we have swing sets. We do have some more natural looking recolours, so we can do 2 of those there. A climbing frame, we will put a silver one, and once again we will put 2 there. And what else? So we have a roundabout that we could also put down, and a slide. So yep, let's go for the slide and add that there, and probably add a bit more of a ground cover. So where was that wood chip? Or park bark rather. Yep, park bark. So we can do that as a slightly bigger one just to make sure. So we do that there, and then we do a bit there. and some around here as well. Just obviously to make sure that, okay, I know Sims don't actually fall off and injure themselves like this, but in real life that is part of what it is there for. So we have that section, and what else did I say we were going to do? Let me have a think. So we have our graveyard area, we have our entertainment area. What do we have under resources and food? So we have a cookies and cake food stand, a jolly fish, soups, mixed appetizers, or the black cock, which I can't quite remember what that one actually does. Or we could have the more standard Bon Voyage ones, so noodles, flapjacks, taste of the tropics, or the one complete diner. Okay, yeah, I think we will put in, let's put this actually around the back. This will probably be removed when we actually start getting in a few other commercial areas, because people won't need to come here for food specifically. And what else do we actually have? I'm basically just having a look at all the stuff with stars on it. Okay, a modular automatic buffet table, which we won't want here. Wine crates, no, we'll be fine without that. Butcher stove, no. Ice cream thing, which will be, once again, fine without. So, butcher's crafting stations. Yeah. And yeah, just more of the same basically. Grill pan. Custom food platter. Yep. And oh yes, I had something in the game that actually allows me to point at Sims and go, you are going to become a plant sim. Okay. And what's over here on these options? So toddler meals. And so that's some more animal related stuff. And these little items here are also going to crash my game. So baskets of grapes, sack of grains, and those tea leaves and regular, or dried tea leaves and regular ones. Coffee, okay, don't want anything in there. Don't want anything from there either. Like coffees and tea options. Appliances. So obviously we have supermarket shelving, grocery store. That might, no, because then that will put Richard out of business. We don't want to do that now, do we? So flour converter. Okay, so those are just like your standard windmills, and that is a water wheel. And what is this one? Another flour converter. You can tell that some of these things I just go to Sun and Moon, chuck them in my game, and only now am I kind of starting to go, it's like, what's this thing? What does that use? What does that do? So like fish grates, cheese press, fish packing stand. Another flour converter, that one's a hand mill. I knew there had to be a hand mill option there somewhere. And pack wine bottles into crates. And under miscellaneous, we have a bunch of viable foods basically. A coffee stand, yep, let's put one of those up there. Then we have a newspaper stall, hot dog cart, pancake stall, which obviously if we have the diner there, we don't really want that. That is just a cooker hood. And those are, I think, just decorative items. Some more market stall stuff. And that, yep, just some miscellaneous things. Okay, and yep, that looks like all that we can get from there. What do we have in electronics? We obviously don't want to have any of these electronics out in the potential rain, but we might as well just have a look through to see if there's anything. So we have the electronics booth. Nope, we don't want that. Hobbies we've already gone through. So let's just see if there's any other kids things. Oh yes, we have toddler items that we can also put around here. I can find where they are. Okay, so that's the spring riders. Let's go with one of that. And which one is this? Okay, atomic age. And is there anything else that we could put down? We could make a little sand pit, but I'm not overly wanting to do that for here because I think that would just be a bit too much. Okay, pets things. Like we could put down some food and water for them, but once again, I'm not really a fan of pets in The Sims, or in The Sims 2 anyway, so that's all of that. So okay, so we have a little food store over here. So if we're going to do that, we want to come back in here and get ourselves a griller. We'll actually do a decent one over here. So we can have that. Then we can do some table and chair options. So use 4 of the special picnic seat places. We can find those. That's right, that's where it is. I've been trying to find that. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the thing that goes with the picnic bench, so that's a bit unfortunate, but never mind. We'll just remove that. That's a winery table. And we will just, yeah, okay, those look fine. We will put down these just as random chairs with some random wooden picnicky kind of chairs. So maybe like this one. Okay, that's not quite the right colour I want, but never mind, we will do that regardless. So there we go. 4 picnic tables for the griller, and we have a booth in case some people want to just buy some things, and similarly a little coffee station. And just to make sure that those don't well, aren't affected too much by the rain, we will put a simple awning over those. So let's go with that one. Okay, we don't actually have enough money. Okay, so if we turn move objects off, can that... No, okay. But we can do that one. And do that one a little bit. So that gives some people a bit of relief from the rain there. And goodness, what else can we do? Because I didn't realise that this was going to be... This is 20,000, including the lot itself, that is 20,000. How on earth? Okay, that is 40. That is 160. It's just... What on earth is so much money? Well, okay, if we're going to do that, we might as well just... And that was the wrong thing, delete that. And then we can come across here. Yeah, there we go. So that gives us some money for that. And that is a nice red awning to go with that. So that looks good. And okay, I think we will probably need to obviously keep this as a community lot because we have basically no money. But we will just let people come along and have a look at that. So change price of that and see what goes on. That is Raymond there. So just some of the other residents of the town. So we will charge this to be... Yeah, let's just go average on that. So grilling, we do have a fair few options because I have some mods. So there's more than just hamburgers and hot dogs there. So we will just leave that. And I think actually we will head back home. because this is going to be a general community lot rather than necessarily one. Yes, actually, I think I will. Okay, so we've got it set up. So I think in the future, I will actually take the money from the Sims and calculate that and use that to change up and edit that lot rather than going through the business of having it as an owned business lot, because that is going to not screw things up, but it's going to be, you know, a bit tricky either having it as a business and obviously being impacted when I want to send my other Sims there. Yes, real estate. So we want to sell the owned lot that we just did, and we will do it the other way, in which I will manually calculate how much spare money we have, and instead I will just use that as an option to naturally, there we go, so 20,000 back, so we can then pay back the entirety of the loan, and we don't have to worry about that in the future. So with that, I will take a small moment and have a bit of a break, and I will be back here soon enough. So we will keep going with this community lot, not community lot, with this business that we have, but I will be taking a break. I recommend that if you've not taken one, get up, stretch, get yourself a drink of water, and I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back and we will continue on with this. So obviously we are going to have Duncan rolling a few business related ones for the time being, but we will manage that. I don't think we will have too much of interest going on in this, at least initially. Okay, you are having or getting called by Charlie Burr, who is next door. So that is one thing that I do find a bit amusing. That they are right next door. Charlie could honestly just walk the few meters across to the front door, ring it, and they could have a face-to-face conversation, but nope, has to be a phone call. So some things are looking a bit grotty, so I will just select you and I will tell you where is it. Macro clean, and you, let's just see, you can probably water the plants and just make sure that those are somewhat healthy. And game freeze. So hopefully this is okay. That just looked like something random rather than anything to necessarily worry about. So when Estella here gets to level 10 logic, I am probably going to put her up to an A- in terms of her school grades, because we don't have a homeschool system set up. I am just basically basing it on wants to gain skill points and obviously getting skill points themselves. So Tiffany here is our newest resident. She has moved in with Richard, our main business owner, and they may be getting married in the future, they may not. It all just depends on their wants. And does that look like if the game decides to stop crashing? Yes, we can harvest many strawberry plants. Okay, that will be awesome. So we could send Estella off to plant some more strawberry plants in that place. Oh yes, I know, she's becoming an adult in a few days. And this, not Estella, Vivian will actually become an elder on Monday. And Duncan has gained a bronze gardening badge. Okay, so you have gained that. You can grow up well. But I will tell you to plant many. Okay, you were about to booty call someone. I have no idea who that is because I accidentally cancelled it out. So actually let's tell you to plant the strawberries because everyone else seems to have a bit of motive issues. Not motive issues, but you know, like needs to go to bed, needs to use the bathroom, needs to have some food, that kind of thing. So we've locked the want for Estella to grow up well, and hopefully, yep, she is booty calling Julian. So this is going to be fun because she could potentially, thanks to ACR and Intenomator, become pregnant, which would be interesting if that were to happen. So let's just let my game decide to crash while we have a look at her ACR stats. Okay, there we go. So her ideal number of kids is 2 and her base risk odds are 3%, which works out to 210 chances out of 10,000, or basically 2.1%. Okay, I will... Fine. Okay, I guess it's my fault, in quotation marks, for having both ACR and Inteen available in the game, but we will just see what anything comes of that. Okay, reset you, and okay, that seems to have cancelled out the waiting for ACR thing, so we will greet you. And then I think we will just, yeah, as I thought, so that's pretty much probably cancelled out all the ACR stuff, so they are just chatting normally. So Estella, being a really mean sim, really likes getting into arguments. So Vivian, I'll send you off to bed. Yeah, you're never going to find a spouse if you just insist on giving noogies to every single one. So I will say goodbye. We'll get you some leftovers and then head off to bed. And then Sunday is going to be our town meeting day, which basically means all of the residents are going to descend on the place. We are going to have a buffet set up, and we're just going to let everyone basically interact with each other and get to know each other. So for this week, we have one sim who has aged up from toddler, which means she is now going to be able to join in on the discussions. And we also obviously have our newest sim, Tiffany, in the neighbourhood as Richard's roommate, romantic interest, whatever you really want to call her. So unfortunately I sent Duncan to bed a bit too early, so his energy is full just before midnight rather, but I will just drag that down. Testing cheats is pretty much almost always enabled in my game, and we will send him back to bed. Then quickly set up a buffet table, or at least buy one so we have one available. Where is it? It is not miscellaneous, it is in party stuff. And let's see. Well, that is the generic one. Grilled cheese sandwich, layer cake hamburger. Yeah, we'll just go for that one, even though the prices are all the same. It's not one that really requires any too fancy foods. So if we just put that there, and then we can fill it up when people come in and start getting hungry. So this is obviously a very quiet start to everything, because we just have 4 households in the neighbourhood, and let me just count. So we have 3 here, 3, 6, 8, 10 sims. We started with 9. Well, I mean, technically we did start with 10 because the Burr household had to have an adult in them to actually be accepted by the game, but 9 actual sims. And then we have our newest resident. Okay, so I will send you to harvest all of those and tend them, and then obviously when we have the business meeting we will get Richard and transfer over all of this food to him so he can sell that in his business. And yes, I know it's going to be a bit iffy on the fact that he's going to get it technically before it would be actually available if we were doing a strict calculation of these things, but I'm just going to ignore that because obviously by the time we get around back to him it's going to be, you know, a while before he gets anything like that. Okay, so we unfortunately can't make you plant pole beans because you don't have enough skill, neither do you. So it's going to have to be you, Vivian, in a moment. So plant many pole beans. And it is 8:30, so let's get the teleporter cat. Move that actually down to underneath the foundations so everyone kind of spawns around that area, and start inviting everyone around. So once again, game is not playing all too much here, so we have over here Charlie and Joe Burr, 2 sisters. Charlie started off as a teenager when we created the neighbourhood, and Joe started off as a child, but I adjusted her age so that she would grow into a teenager in the first rotation. So then we have Richard Raymond Huffman with his son Eric and daughter Ria. Daughter Ria being the one who aged up from a toddler, and then the Nolan family where we have Richard Nolan, and okay, apparently that has, there we go, and Tiffany Wright. So once again, so 8 AM, and we will just let everyone basically walk around and interact with each other. And no, I did not want that to happen. Ugh, great. You're not going to be angry, are you, Tiffany? Thankfully, no. But what I am going to do is actually, let's see, make these two selectable, and gosh, where would it be? No, not in autonomy. Casual, add to friend zone, there we go. So, casual, add to friend zone, and just in case, casual, you know what, I'm going to do it with all of these, because some of these teenagers are too young to really be thinking of any kind of relationship with an adult. So nope, no, and no. Okay, so we will unselect you and unselect you, and we will go back to what we were doing, and we will pretend that first kiss never happened, which unfortunately, you know, it will. We'll obviously have the memory in the game, and she won't be able to have a first kiss with anyone else without me downloading an additional mod. But anyway, so unfortunately we won't be able to... this is basically just there for visual interest. We can't actually call someone to do that because we don't have the proper setup for it, but yeah, we will just let that be for now. So, trying to think, what other things could we potentially be doing and having a look at? So, losing enthusiasm about games, we won't worry about that too much because that is just something that is going to happen regardless as they go through the game. They're going to get interest in various hobbies and they're going to lose interest, and yeah, I just tend to ignore those. It gives a bit of flavour to The Sims, but it's not anything too major. Okay, you are back on the chess table, so I will send you over to do a bit of weeding and watering of the garden that we have, and like I said, we probably want to get an inventory transfer vase. Is that the one? Yes. I'm going to say I can never 100% remember which one it is. So you have all of that and you have all of that. Oh, okay, that's where the checks are. Right, so they do actually go straight into inventory then. Okay, so cash that. So 714, and that is 19,000. So we will bank online, donate money, and we will just call it around 2,000 and leave it at that. So that would explain where everything was then. So we don't actually want that anymore. I don't think we can remove it though. So if I just have a quick look in Vivian's inventory, so if we take that out, then we can transfer all inventory items in inventory to Duncan. Yep. So that has done that. 26 items transferred with no errors. That's good. So then we can go back to Duncan and then we can tell him transfer all items in inventory to Richard. Yep. So 68 items transferred, and that includes the deed to the community lot, which is fine because that is just not really worth anything at the moment anyway. But Richard has a bunch of homegrown food that he can now sell in his business. So that will benefit him and benefit the town in the long run. That just would be something nice to see. And let's see, what potential considerations do we have from this meeting today? Well, we have the news that we have the new community town square set up, though we also have the information that that does need some more money to be able to develop it further. So any taxes or donations for that will be greatly appreciated, and we can set that up to develop some more. We obviously welcome in Tiffany here, and we also say congratulations to Ria for growing up, as well as Joe. And then from there, I think it is honestly just going to be a matter of this is the situation that we are currently in. Any proposals, any objections? Nope. Okay. Then we will consider the meeting closed, and we will just let everyone socialise probably until about 7 p.m. and then we will start sending people home. So Estella's reputation is not getting too good, which is, you know, kind of to be expected given what she tends to do to various people around. So one thing that is potentially going to need to come into consideration is adoption, because we have Raymond Huffman here, who is asexual but is also a family sim. So while he may not have any sexual or romantic interest in people, he does want to adopt a few kids and bring them up with a good life. However, we have no real facilities for adoption. And I will just turn that down a bit because their sims are getting a bit loud. So any considerations are going to be like, if he continually has the want to adopt a child, what are we going to do with that? It may be one of these things where we do another consideration towards Sunday is like the main meeting and imports day. So, and we manage to arrange a long distance adoption, or we figure something else out. So, my game is giving me a bit of stress today. It never seemed to be pausing and hesitating this much previously, but it's not actually crashed out yet, which I am thankful for. And it's just reached 8 p.m, so I will grab Estella, pause the game if we can at all, and say goodbye to everyone. They will head home. Okay, maybe not him because that wasn't a good choice. Say goodbye to everyone. There we go. So everyone is now obviously heading home. We can get rid of the buffet table because we won't need it again for another week. Let Sims just run on free will for the time being. And everyone seems to be fine, so send you two off to bed. You are really obsessed with that logic table, that chess table, aren't you? But anyway, we'll wait for the game to finish freezing, send you off to bed as well, and then when it hits 7 a.m, we will save and move on to the next household in the rotation. So I have got community lot time installed and I believe it should be working, so we could potentially send the Burrs or the Huffmans off to the community, the town square community lot that we have, maybe, and they can have a bit of fun there. We'll just have to see what kind of things we have on their lot in a few minutes. So Estella wakes up, not too many interesting wants, but unfortunately she does have the fear to be uneducated, so hopefully that will roll away before the end of the day, otherwise she is going to be very disappointed. And standard wants for Duncan and standard wants for Vivian. So there we go, 7 a.m. We will pause, save the game. or save the lot, and then move on to the next one. So there we go. Go across to the birds, just say yes to whether we want to save again, just to make sure. And this is the sister sibling set. Both still reasonably young. So Charlie had become an adult in 8 days, and Joe, well, technically 7 because I aged them up when they have 1 day left, just because it's how I fit around my university schedule. And then obviously Jo will grow up in 12 days and she wants to fall in love. So unfortunately, as we saw, she had an accidental first kiss with Richard, which is not going to be good. She does have 1 bolt for Terence Lamb, and honestly, I'm just trying to keep an eye out for anyone who could be of interest, seeing as her older sister Charlie also has an interest for Terence, seeing as they are both popularity sims. Okay, you are, despite your looks, an adult. Okay, and I think, okay, hood-wide settings, global switches, teen adult interactions are enabled, and teen woohoo is enabled. I am going to turn that off as well, and also sofa woohoo is standard. Okay, so basically, for at least the time being, there is going to be no teen adult interactions, there is going to be no teen woohoo, and everyone should just behave nicely. And one thing we also need are some ladybug houses for our garden, which I now vaguely remember is right at the end here, so we will put one there. And okay, I was going to say we'll put one there and put one there, but nope, we have insufficient funds, so we will put that in the middle and hope that it gets some kind of interest. And let's just have a look at our cornfields and see what they are doing. Okay, so that says field is growing nicely. Field is growing nicely, okay. So we'll just send you back to bed then. And get ready for the next morning. So I am thinking... Oh, yes. So we have the ghost of Bethany, their mother, out. Which probably reminds me that I will need to take her grave to the community lot tomorrow, seeing as she seems to be a pretty calm ghost. She doesn't seem to be scaring anyone. Though Charlie, her energy is already filled up, so she is getting up. And I will leave her just to roam around for the time being. She hopefully won't go outside, so won't potentially be scared by her mother, thank goodness. And let's just have a look at your aspiration things, so we can set that. And we can set that one for you as well. So, and we have, as I saw in your inventory, some berries as a snack. And some, yep, just some berries for food. And okay, apparently you are both awake. That's no matter. I'll just let you interact for a bit and then can decrease your energy and send you back to bed in a moment. So, yep, there you go. And I think actually probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough money to do this. Yep, okay, there we go. So that is 730. So how much would I get for each of these? 260, 520 maybe? I'll just have a look. Yes, just enough. So we'll actually turn that into a double bedroom as well, just so we can make sure that both teens have a actual proper double bedroom. Yes, and apparently we managed to roll some very, very messy sims. anyway, so sleep in pyjamas. Your mum is still wandering about. Thankfully, I don't think she can actually come up the stairs, though I will be very annoyed in a moment if she proves me to be a liar. But I think tomorrow, Friday, we will actually send, or rather today, we will send these two off to the town square community lot, put their mum's grave just where it needs to be, so we don't need the death creator. And I'm just going to triple make sure, yep, Rodney's death creator. Then we can put this one in inventory and go over to the town square in a moment. And oh, lovely. So we can see this is again another one of Sun and Moon's things. So this is a industrial corn set, and we can see that it's all started growing quite nicely. I was going to say, what are you doing at the fridge? But just doing the lazy sim stuff your face thing, which I find a fair bit annoying. But we will tell you to walk to a community lot. Your sister will obviously be coming along, and we will go to the town square. So her on the chess table reminds me that the town square itself will probably want some chess tables, so that will be another thing that we can put in that will have a bit of additional interest. But for now, we can just have a look and see how things are going. So here we go, and let's just check inventory is all fine. Okay, and we can get you to basically put your mother's grave here. Okay, there we go. And okay, it's looking pretty nice. We've got a decent selection of townies around. Game looked like it was going to freeze for a bit, so we can tell you to chill along with your sister and just have a just nice chill chat together. Look at that. Yeah, that just looks nice. Okay, the charlatan is here. If I didn't use a fair amount of Bon Voyage stuff, I'd probably just... yeah, I just find him aggravating, and I don't think I've found a proper way to really get rid of him either, so that is unfortunate. So, okay. We seem to be doing all right. Yeah, so pretty much nothing to particularly worry about. Unfortunately, they have zero money, so I'm not quite sure if they'll be able to grill anything. Nope. Nope. Go away. And you're back to chill on the swing set with your sister. And this all set with the music here just seems to be very nice. Very casual, very peaceful. And yep, Estella's deciding to start up a balloon fight with someone who doesn't necessarily appreciate that. Yeah, if she does become the next mayor, things are going to be a fair bit divisive in... Oh. Oh, okay, I just heard blingies. I don't know who that was from. But unfortunately, Tiffany is technically not considered in a relationship with anyone else. So yeah, all the food, so $57 for all of that stuff. And I have no idea if they can actually grill anything for free. So Charlie is getting a bit hungry, so I think we will probably tell them to walk home in a minute. Yeah, so if we just walk home, because obviously we've got food at home, it's free. We don't have to worry about what we're going to do with our last 2 simoleons. And we can also have a look to see if the community time lot function is actually working as it should be as well. So let's have a look. No, okay, we don't have community time on this one then, but that doesn't matter too much. I can add it in ahead of the next one, or we can just, you know, a basket of berries for each of those. And feed the chickens, tend those. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a complicated day because we also want you to probably tend and water those. We will want to make sure that those are all as they should be, and of course, just as I say that, we have some eggs that need collecting. So Charlie now has a silver gardening talent badge. So she's been doing well on that. Then we can send our Sims hiking, which actually, yes, you know what? So let's see where that is. Go hiking, and we'll send you both off just to do a short little hike around the neighbourhood. Though probably changing into active wear would have been nice there. But anything interesting? Okay, so you've caught a random type of bug. So that is, again, average. You know, nothing particularly fancy, nothing overly annoying. So we can tell you to clean up all of these things and probably serve some hamburgers for lunch. Because I don't know about them, but if I'd gone somewhere and I saw a food stall selling hamburgers, hot dogs and whatnot, I might have been tempted by that. But yeah, okay, so we could probably actually sell that painting. I have no idea whose it was, but neither of them have a want or a fear of selling a bad painting. So get sold it does, and we go up from 2 simoleons to 7. So how many things do we have here? We've got baskets of lingonberries, cloudberries and blackcurrants, which I think I am probably actually going to keep for this family, partly because there is only one of those. Similarly, like the chicken eggs, we don't really have, you know, they're probably not going to be worth being sold. We only have one of each item. Okay, you're heading to bed for a quick nap, that would be fine. And let's just keep on where we are. So over the weekend we should have some of these tomato plants become available to harvest, and we can send them over to Richard. Maybe we will get the corn growing at some point as well. I'm hoping that that will just be available in the summer and won't take too long to grow. Okay, you should be alright on energy, so I'll wake you up. And we will go and have a look. Okay, so got some more plants that apparently need spraying. And we obviously have the bathroom which needs cleaning, so while you go and spray them, I will tell you to macro clean and get the house into a decent-ish state. And I really don't know who keeps on doing that. But, yeah. Anyway, she is cleaning up things, making the bed. I think that is everything. Yep. Coming back down to talk to her sister. Crossing each other on the stairway. They playing a nice game of Punchy Punch Me, which Estella could really benefit from. And I'm actually just wondering, have I set... Okay, I've set things for Charlie, but I don't think I've set things for... Okay, no, I had set things for Joe. It was just obviously because I had a look at Charlie's 10 nice points and I was going, have I actually genuinely set that or not? But yes, the answer was yes. Okay, so... Yeah, so congratulating your younger sister on growing up well. And I'm just trying to probably get to 10 PM before I send them off to bed because I don't want them to be obviously wandering around at midnight again. So Charlie has gone to nap on the sofa, which means an automatic go to bed if you start napping. So there we go. We have Saturday available to us, but as the community time lot mod isn't installed / isn't working properly, I think we will just stay home and work through things here. Just keeping an eye on the tomatoes. Some of them are going to be needing to be weeded, but otherwise they should be fine. Then I think probably when we get them, we will start packing them up into crates using this and then give them over to Richard, just so it's a bit easier on him, because obviously it looks like we are going to have a fair few harvests around. So send you off to tend all of the plants once again. And Joe, you can probably join your sister doing that. Then harvest baskets of berries there and wait for the chickens to lay some eggs, and then we'll collect those and stock our fridge once again with that. So yes, as you can probably tell, I am trying to do a bit of an integrated neighbourhood, but as I've said before, it's fairly flexible in what's going to happen. It just basically depends on how well the neighbourhood develops and what things are going on, rather than adhering to a strict amount of rules and regulations. Yep, so that's about 9 AM. It looks like the chickens lay some eggs. So we've got those available, and these should be good enough for us to just basically keep food, or keep us in food without necessarily having to hold some supplies back for Richard. But we will check our food supplies anyway. So 245 of regular food and 186 of fresh food, which seems to be fine. And probably needless to say, are you a teenager? No, you are not. You are an adult. But it seems like even if we have more Sims come in, then obviously that will give us more people to actually help grow and harvest things. So that will just increase our ability to grow without increasing the amounts that we are going to be eating by the same amount. So you do want to be best friends with Estella, and we could actually, yep, get you to call her and chat on the phone for a bit. And I know, despite what I said in the household just before, where we could essentially call them over, but you know, you want to gain a skill point. So that will probably be mostly autonomous, and you also want to gain 5 friends, or 5 best friends. Currently you have 3, and you want to gain 3 best friends. Obviously currently you have 2, but no one who is like immediately available to be your next best friend. So as we don't have too much going on here, I'll just put it up to 3 speed and let them basically do as they do, though some of these plants need spraying. Ah, and there we go, we have some of the first tomatoes available, so we will harvest them. Oh, you're a teenager and I don't believe we have met you before, so I will greet you. Okay, basically no attraction to you whatsoever, but let's just have a look. Casual, not casual. Oh goodness, where is it? No, it's not there. I cannot remember where it is. Never mind, most likely if one sister doesn't like them, then the other one won't, because they are both popularity sims with pretty similar personalities, as we could see. So basically, they're both shy, both serious. Charlie is lazy, 1 point lazy versus Joe's 10 point active. And then obviously Charlie's a nice, or a lot neater and very nice, whereas Joe is kind of in the middle. But as your sister is harvesting those vegetables, okay, there's no actions available for you. Never mind then. Okay, why not? Because you do have a silver gardening badge. Okay, I will just... Never mind. We will just keep that in mind and see what happens. Can you do anything? No, you cannot. Okay. Right, phone is ringing for someone. So let's answer that. And that is... what's your name? I can't remember the one that both sisters obviously like, Terence. And the game is crashing again. Yes, I really don't know why it keeps on doing this. Okay, this is starting to worry me slightly. So let's save, just so we have a reference point for here. Oh goodness, this is not being too fantastic. So progress back. Rocky is admiring and laughing at the wheels. Or just outright booing them. Okay, yeah. Oh, I was going to say I saw something there, but no, that just seems to be the shift click force error thing. So I'm just going to let you obviously talk to Terence as much as you want. Charlie, you're probably going to get some food in a moment. Nope, you are napping on the sofa. So instead I will make you go and get some food. Get a fresh hamburger. Then I will get you to have some food in a moment. And yes, I deliberately sent her over to get the half-eaten hamburger from the fridge rather than having a full one, just because it would obviously okay, that had like 1 bite left, so never mind. Okay, so instead grab a new plate and have that. And then that will be put away the leftovers. Ask you to leave. Clean up the plates and go to bed. And then tomorrow is Sunday. And I might actually think about it. Save, go back into the neighbourhood and then come back in, and maybe the issue with the tomato or with the vegetable plots will resolve itself. I'm not admittedly being too hopeful on that aspect. We can just see how things are going to be going. Okay, so we're back in the neighbourhood and back to the Burr household. Okay, so has anything changed? Can we access? No, we cannot access those, so I don't know why that decided to just suddenly glitch out after we harvested all of the vegetables, but never mind. So where plots of land are there, so we want to try and delete those. There you go. Okay, so 1, 2, and 4 back again. And can these ones... No, those cannot be accessed. Yes. Right, so I guess we are deleting that and ignoring it for the time being. We got 1 harvest of tomatoes done. We will be packing them up tomorrow because I think only one of you, yes, you have 240 tasty tomatoes, so we will pack those up using this, send them over to Richard, and then he won't have to pack them up himself to sell them on. And once again, you know, just keep an eye. So you want to buy some new clothes, which is not going to happen. Oh, there we go. So there we go. The corn plants have now suddenly jumped up. So it does unfortunately look like it's going to take them about 15 game days to grow up properly, but that's going to be pretty much, you know, just as it is. But we will send you to talk to them. I think you have a gold... No, it's just an option that you can do for them anyway, so we can inspect and inspect, talk and tend, just to make sure that those are going to be fine. So pack many crates. Okay, that is the fish packing station, not the vegetable packing station. There are 2 different ones that I completely forgot about. Yes, that's the fish packing station there. So where is the regular one? This is going to be so we know what we're looking for. We are basically looking for something that is exactly the same as that, just for vegetables. Either that or we just send it across to Richard and it is honestly a similar situation where he just has to sell all of them individually. So this is not quite what I was expecting. Maybe it is under here somewhere. Maybe it is under here somewhere. Oh, I think I saw something. Nope. The answer is no on that. So again, go all the way back to the far section of it. There it is. That looks like it. Yep. Product. We need to delete that one. That does not give us enough money, but seeing as we don't have any vegetable plants again, we can do that. So pack many crates. There we go. Tomatoes. There we go. So we can just set her up to pack all of those tomatoes. This obviously will take a while. There's 6 tomatoes to a crate, I believe, and we have 240 tomatoes. So yes, that's going to mean a lot of crates, but it is also going to mean potentially a lot of money for Richard in the short term. So one thing I will have to obviously keep an eye on when we go to the next household, the Huffmans, is whether they have issues with their vegetable plots after this, and it may mean a game restart. If nothing else, I want to get the community time plot mod back in, so we are not in a situation where we spend absolutely forever on a community lot and only to come back and it be like 3 minutes after we left. Okay, so Joe is off doing a bit of a painting, though we do have some eggs available. Let's just see how Charlie is doing. She is over like almost 3/4 of the way through these, so we can wait a moment and just have her go and harvest the eggs and fruit and then put those in the fridge, and we will obviously keep those to stock us for food for a little bit. Okay, there we go. There are not enough tomatoes to make another full crate. There we go. So actually 240, so that must be 12 to a crate. That's 20 crates of tomatoes that we can give over to Richard. Okay, and then we can move that out, and also that we could probably put there. And the same with that, we will put that up there, because we will just basically have Charlie get Richard to come over and basically go, here, oh, here's all of your tomatoes, and sell it. So now the only thing I have to consider is how are we going to potentially split the profits that Richard makes from all of these vegetables? Because it's not his hard work, not at all. It's everyone else's in the neighbourhood. Everyone else has the time to go through and obviously grow all these vegetables for him to sell to other people. So we want, where is that cat teleporter? I can never remember. It is under statues. There it is, right at the front. Okay, so let's summon Richard Nolan, and we want the inventory transfer vase as well. So let's go and get that. And that is there. Okay, so, and just to double check, yep, we want it on Charlie, and transfer all items in inventory to Richard. Yep, that's what I said, so that should be 20 items, which indeed it is. There we go. I really, really want to get these vegetable plots working up again. So let's do batch of 6. There we go. Okay, so that is now working for whatever reason. We can put another one there and one more there. So let's plant. Let's do... that might be why, because we only had 7 simoleons, so that might be why it wasn't allowing us, because we just plain don't have enough money. So that actually might make more sense than it suddenly randomly glitching out. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense for me. Okay, so we will just send you to eat some of the berries. And just have that as a snack. Other than that, we will definitely need some money. It might actually perhaps be that we have the mayor manage it all. It's like takes up the profits and dividends, divides them up to the households which have provided the resources, and they get the money that way. Obviously the other option is they sell it all individually, but then that's a bit not just complex, but it actually divides the businesses between 4 rather than having it in one major area which people can find and identify. So yeah, I think I will do some kind of mathematics in terms of who should be going through and getting the money from all of this versus who might be having a look and going through the businesses. So once again, it is Sunday. We don't really have anything for anyone to do, so we will just pause and let the 2 sisters go on autonomy for a bit. And we can have a look at how things are necessarily going. Yep, everything seems to be fine. Hmm. Yep, everything is. Yeah, so you can have the other berries as a snack. Doesn't really look anything too much needs to be cleaned up for that. And yep, that once again looks functional. So we can have a look through a few things. Gosh, I wish you would stop stuffing your face and actually like do proper dinners. So, like, clean that up. And then we can get you to serve, and let's see what options do we have here that sound nice. So let's go for some soba noodles. One of the things that I downloaded a lot of in my time across The Sims 2 was custom foods. Just because I find that something interesting to kind of really look at. Oh, phone call. Answer that. Yes, Joe is available to talk. And interestingly, seeing as you are asking about her, if there is no other potential voltage, I might get you two to be romantic interests. But obviously that will depend on... So you're going to probably become an adult. Well, I mean, no, you are going to become an adult by the end of next rotation, so you're going to have a lot more options for romance. So yeah, I think I will set you two up and get you to more grow together. So if you're gonna nap, you can put leftovers away, go to the bathroom, and I can tell you to say goodbye to Richard. Then use the bathroom and similarly go to bed for you, and that will be the end of this rotation for this household. And I think as we have been going for 2.5 hours, well, I'm just trying to muddle my way through my thoughts because obviously we have an adult and 2 children in the next household. I can't remember if the Eric is going to be growing up into a teen or not, but we can have a look in a moment. But I think we might get to 4 o'clock and call it a day. Then I can install and check the community time lot mod, and we can also get set up for potentially another stream tonight if people are interested in that, and just have a chill chat and get to know me stream potentially. So we will pause when it gets to 7 AM. And let's, there we go, 7 AM. Pause, save. And then we can head over to the Huffman household. So obviously depending on quite how long this goes for, we might have a look at some other options for this. As we can see, this one doesn't have those berry bushes, so let's just have a look. Okay, yep, Eric will become a teenager in 2 days. So that will be on Saturday. So Sunday we could potentially take the family out to the town square and have a look for some interests, or it might be that he actually has some interest and chemistry with one of the Burr sisters. And if that's the case, then okay, I don't know what you are trying to do, but it's something to do with the beds that are erroring out. So just preemptively, I will force errors on those two. So nope, that's not doing anything. So that is more the sim himself. So let's cancel that, go back into the neighbourhood, and he will be right back by the mailbox when we load in. So don't worry, people. He is absolutely fine. Trust me. Trust me. I'm an almost 20-year-old simmer. Trust me. And by 20-year-old simmer, I mean I've been playing The Sims for almost 20 years, minus a few breaks of a few years in between here and there, but... I probably want to... I'm not actually a Zoomer. Believe it or not, I am not a Zoomer, Hoofkins. Hello, I've been wondering where you've been. Has everything been going alright for you? Okay, so let's see. Eric probably wants to go over to bed, and the plants look okay. They probably want a bit of watering, but otherwise they are managing. So if we go by the Burr household, those should be ready to harvest on Friday. And got your second shot yesterday. Your left arm is useless. Oh, I finally got my first shot on Wednesday, and honestly I was a bit nervous about it. So I was sitting in the waiting room and they were just making sure that nothing was going to go awry, like no kind of anaphylaxis or anything. And I don't know why I was so nervous, but I was just sitting there and feeling every little twinge and all that was going on. I'd been cautioned that it might knock me out for like the following day, but other than a bit of a sore arm and a tiny bruise, I've been fine. I've been absolutely fine. Oh, but hopefully your arm returns back to its proper usefulness in short order, and that is the only real side effect that you have from that. Okay, so let's just send you across and head off to bed. So, Hoopkins, do you have any interesting plans for the rest of today or the weekend? Because obviously I am just streaming, playing The Sims, going to be playing a bit of City Skylines tomorrow, and apparently Eric, you are up at midnight, so I will just drag your energy back down and send you back to bed. And we are, okay, I'll send you to the bathroom first. Hopkins, just play video games till your eyes bleed and then relax, the usual. Yeah, sounds good. Usual is fine. I need to do a bit of vegetable gardening myself. We have had a lot of rain here recently. Speaking of, a lightning storm in The Sims, and the potato plants that I have just shot up, and they desperately need to be earthed up so we actually get a decent harvest from them. So we're going to have to be dodging the rain in the UK to get that done. Okay, what's on fire? Okay, something was on fire, got hit by lightning, but obviously the rain just put it out. So what video games are you planning on playing this weekend then, Hoofkins? I know you've been popping in on the Stellaris streams. Are you having a look at the newly released out of beta 3.0.3 patch at all? And seeing as apparently the fire set us back to 1 speed, let's just go back to proper. That's good to hear, Stellaris still being your jam. Have you had any interesting events or incidents in there? I unfortunately had to cut my own stream short because we just basically got slaughtered in our second set of three-way wars, and there was no way in 150 game years I would get back to where we were, let alone be able to become the crisis. So I'm planning on like taking a bit of time, doing a personal playthrough and resetting things with the new 3.0.3 patch, and then hopefully bring it back onto the stream in a short while. And yes, I also do play RimWorld, also majorly modded. And yes, indeed, I am thinking of starting a game. I'm probably going to have a look and revise some of the mods that I've got on that, because some of them may not be that, I was going to say appropriate, but no, all the mods I have are appropriate. It's just more whether they're going to be useful in a system. But yes, keep an eye out, and we may have a RimWorld series pop up here in the near future. I'm obviously trying to avoid switching games too much, but it may be that that comes onto the rotation after City Skylines, perhaps, because I honestly think with the way I've got Sims 2 planned up, where we are basically building a neighborhood from 4 households, that this may be a long-term inclusion into the stream. We may drop off with not Stellaris, Stardew Valley after a bit, just seeing how that goes, because there will probably be a time when we have run across everything that the game has to offer, even with the mods. So City Skylines is probably going to be the one that ends the soonest, and RimWorld may take its place. Or I may go to 4 different games a week, just depending on how things are. And, you know, I'm just keeping all my options open pretty much. And that was a very, very long ramble and almost monologue. Didn't mean it that way. Yes, oh, even just base game Stardew is amazing. It's just all of the work that Concerned Apes put into that has just been absolutely stunning. It's like, I've barely even touched the 1.5 update for that with all of the Ginger Island stuff. So when that comes on the stream, I'm going to be experiencing it for the first time. But for my playthrough, we have also got Stardew Valley Expanded, and about I think my game reports I've got about over 120 mods. Sadly, I had to do a bit of testing and bug fixing on that, so although I have Stardew Valley Expanded, I'm not able to access Cindersap Forest without my game completely crashing, and my only option is to start a new game if I want to be able to access that. So yeah, I said over 120 game mods, which some of them are like small simple ones and some of them are more complex. But the main thing is basically Stardew Valley Expanded, things which hook into that, like seasonal outfits and new fruits, vegetables and production. That's which extends the longevity of that a fair amount for me. A bit like all of the mods and rules I run for The Sims 2. So, who needs a bit of bumping up on their motives? I've just realised we had this changing table in there for absolutely forever. We don't need that because our Sim has not been a toddler for absolutely ages. Oh, I can probably RimWorld. Yes. Where is that in my system? Because I have one, like, I bought the game before it launched on Steam, so I have a Steam version and the DRM free version as well, so let me just go into that. So there we go, Windows 64 version. Mods, and it reports how many folders do I have in here. 77 mod folders for RimWorld. So like I said, I've got a few different things. Obviously I've got the Hugs library, like some vanilla animals expanded, more crops and production facilities for that. Are you seeing a bit of a pattern there? Some more clothing stuff, a children and pregnancy mod, and then some bunch of other things I've downloaded, obviously from the Steam Workshop as well. So yes, when I mod a game, I just basically throw everything that looks interesting in there into the game. So I have joked quite frequently in the past that I have modded my Sims game so much. It's like one of those balance puzzles where if you touch or move even the slightest thing, it just falls and breaks. Those seem to be what my video games end up being if they are modded. Um, oh yes, I've heard a lot about the mods available for Stellaris. I think probably based on how the AI has been interacting, I'm going to be adding in at least, or looking into the AI mods from there. I've heard one that's supposed to be very good, but I can't remember the name of it. And I also have been tempted to have a look into a Mass Effect mod as well, simply because, well, I enjoy like the Mass Effect series and all of the lore and such. I've not got the remaster. I don't actually have much interest in that because once again I have modded the regular games, so the mods don't work in the remastered legendary edition. But it would be interesting to play with that and have a few of the Mass Effect universe species available in there to see what it's all like. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for good mods for Stellaris, then feel free to send them my way. And if you want to actually drop them into my Discord, I can send that link as well, because that will obviously allow me to have a bit of I can't think of the right word. Okay, no, that is not the right option. So basically I have it as a reference that I can come back to it later. Okay, I sent someone an invite to this. I can't remember how I did that. Oh, okay, yeah, that was just... Okay, I found it again, so that should be the link. And there is a game discussion channel for Stellaris that you can just honestly chuck it in there and I will find it later. But if obviously I am... yeah, I just chucked it in the stream chat. That should be absolutely fine. I'm not too worried about other people clicking on that and coming into the server. It's absolutely fine if they want to come along as well. Okay, so we should be getting some of these tomatoes available to be harvested. But a question still remains, what do we do about the want to have/adopt a baby here? Let's see, where is that one that needs spraying? That is there. And tend many plants. They shouldn't need watering because we have had a fair amount of water. But yeah, if you send me over some of your recommended mods, I might like start up a personal playthrough, adjust some of my game settings, and do run-throughs with some of the mods to see how I like them. And then I can hopefully bring back Stellaris, where I have a bit more knowledge about how version or Stellaris version 3 and Nemesis works, and maybe I can come back with a success story on either becoming the Crisis or becoming the Galactic Custodian, which could be interesting. And I think if it gets to the point where something interesting actually starts happening, I might start recording it and putting it up on YouTube, because apparently I can't actually upload things unless I'm an affiliate, which is, well, just what it is. It says someone's left a sports game on. I'll go and get you to turn that off. Okay, basically we are just waiting here for the tomatoes to be ready to harvest, and then I can grab them and send them over to Richard. And we might actually make it across or pretty much a full rotation for this stream, as we've been going for a while. Okay, that all looks good to me. And apparently I am very fond of saying that. That is going to end up on my bingo card at some point. And seeing as you are wandering around with nothing to do, okay, you can't clean, so instead we will set Raymond over to clean the house. And up to speed a bit more. So we can feed those chickens and collect some extra food. Stock the fridge, just so we have a bit of extra food available there. Okay, and apparently those tomato plants are not looking good. Oh, whoops. So get you across to water some of them and spray some of them. And there we go, they finally have started harvesting, started growing tomatoes, so we can start harvesting them. So there we go. And unlike the previous household, we should have no problem having the funds to grow some more tomato plants. Okay. Hopkins, are you annoyed that I turned off the football game in The Sims? Okay, so probably what we could actually do is set you to plant many tomatoes because you don't have any gardening skill yet that I know of. Oh, and apparently I completely missed Eric growing up, but we will change get him to change into his everyday. Okay, not being able to upload, yeah. You know what? It's like I was watching some advice things and it's like one thing people don't do is like set a channel video. So I thought, okay, great. I will set that up and do it myself. So I went and created one, put in some like nice clips and highlights of things, then went to upload. I couldn't find an upload option. Had a look and it's kind of like, okay, can I not do anything? Like, I even went and had a look on YouTube. So basically, pretty much the only options I have are publish all videos and unpublish all videos. I can obviously create collections and I can do clips, but I can't upload anything anywhere. So, yeah. Yes, thank you for all your hard work that you can't use. It very much did feel like that. But anyway, it's all ready, and if or when I do get to affiliate and I'm able to upload, then that means I obviously have everything all ready and prepared, and it can just go up with the push of a button. So we have Eric here. He's grown up to a teenager and doing a dice roll. So he has rolled a 5, which is family, and he has also rolled a 4, which is romance. So this is going to be another interesting situation where we have two quite conflicting lifetime wants, which also means that he could potentially be a family sim who wants to have 20 loves. And yes, I have seen that kind of thing before in my game. So let's just wait for it to stop crashing on me once again. Might be a while. So yes, or regarding all of the games, my schedule is a bit floaty at the moment as I'm trying to navigate a bunch of things and trying to see, obviously we've got, or just this past week we had some more reopenings in the UK from obviously all lockdown, and then we may or may not have some more on the 21st of June. So I'm trying to keep my streaming schedule a bit flexible in terms of that. Partly because, or I think I know what the ideal days for me to stream are. It's just going to be a matter of, actually let's have a look. Yes, I want you to be in your everyday wear. So if we can, okay, did I actually select pick new clothes rather than change? Ah, no, I'm picking change my That's why it's... Okay, you know what? Yeah, that's acceptable. That'll be fine. So anyway, go back here and set his secondary to romance. And then when his wants re-roll, we will be able to see what his lifetime want is. Because the game does not give it to you automatically, or at least not in my game anyway. And let's just see. Okay, we'll need to give you a token because I'm impatient and I want to see if you've got any bolts with any of the others teenagers that we have. Okay, so you now have your token. So we can have a look. Any bolts with anyone? Nope. So what are your token stats then? Yeah, okay, you are interested. You are heterosexual. You are interested in females. So we will just, yep. Wait for the game to respond again. Okay, it's gone back to being reasonable. So that's nice. Okay. Raymond has now got a silver gardening badge, which means we will be able to grow some different varieties of things if we necessarily want it. So you want Eric to be an overachiever and get an A+ report card. Sorry to say, neither of those things are going to happen. And Ria is getting really tired, so once again, we'll get her to go to the bathroom and then probably get to sleep. Okay, and I was wondering why Raymond was just going to the fridge when we had some food open, but that has just decided to time out and start rotting. So if we serve, let's see, what can we do? So yes, I do have an awful lot of custom foods. Let's go for Italian cuisine and do a seafood risotto. I know it's all just visual, but I do like the variety that we have. Okay, send you to use bathroom and head to bed. And then similarly with the bar household that was just before us, we will go in, tell Raymond to start packing crates of actual vegetables, not fish. Because apparently I saw that in the, I think it was like hobby section, and I went, oh yes, that's the one I want. I'll just grab that without actually realising that no, it was the wrong one, and the right one we want is in the gardening section in build mode. Okay, so yes, another sloppy sim. I forgot how annoying it is when they burp and everything all over their foods. Okay. I'm really not sure why the game is having trouble today, because this was the exact setup when I was streaming it the other day and it was absolutely fine. It just looks like it's being a bit picky today. But yeah, anyway, we should all be fine, and I'm just going to quickly check that there are no additional... that might explain why Ria is so tired all the time, because I didn't actually do her lifetime aspiration points. But that is indeed done now, and we could probably have a look. I was going to say, do you actually not know the Burrs? But yes, you know Charlie at least. So I might actually invite the Burrs over and see if there's any attraction, but I don't think there would be, seeing as both sisters are primary popularity seems in your family, so there's probably not going to be too much interest there. Hey, how are you on motives? Use the bathroom. You probably want to have some food, and I will set you just to plant a lot of tomatoes once again. Okay, so we are trotting along pretty efficiently here, I would say. Yep. Aside from the random cutting out of sound and whatnot. I think I may actually cheat, in inverted commas, a little bit. Okay, we don't actually have a phone in this household. I've just realised that. So we want to probably have that actually against the wall there. And I think I'm going to cheat. Okay, I was going to say we'll just call the adoption service and adopt a baby. But no, we don't have enough money to do that, unfortunately. So I'm going to actually unlock that want to have a baby, and next rotation we will just see what Raymond does in terms of wants, because we have no adoption system set up. There is no money to go through the adoption system anyway. And, well, yeah, I'll just once again play that by ear. So if we call Charlie and invite your household over. Oh goodness, was there a cat meow in the background? Yeah, I'm not sure if yes, I have a very, very fluffy cat, and he can be very squeaky as well. Okay, so there is Charlie and Joba, so we will quickly greet everyone. So yes, thank you for posting that. I'll probably have a look over my lunch time. Not lunchtime, dinner time. And yeah, I'll let you know if I have any questions or any other things. Okay, I want you to go and greet everyone. Okay, there we go. Third time lucky. Okay, are you a teen or an adult? I think you're a teenager, so okay, you're actually heading off anyway. Casual, no, just an option to add to friend zone, which I don't want to do. So yes, my cat, very fluffy, very squeaky. I had tried to manipulate my microphone so it didn't pick up background noise like that too much, but apparently I didn't quite succeed. So I will say, yes, encouragement. If you're interested in my cat, I will post up some pictures on my Discord. That will encourage everyone to come visit, won't it? Yeah, if you're interested, he's about 6.5 years old. He's a long-haired American curl, and he is called Ollie. And also my game is wanting to crash a lot, so I may actually end the rotation with this family because it is getting very concerning for me. Yeah. So you find cat meows very soothing? Well, not so much when he's meowing his head off for food, but he does have a gorgeously relaxing little purr. And he also tends to chitter out the window at the birds we have flying around. Okay, yes, that is very, very crashy. Oh, there we go. Just resolved itself. Phew. Okay, so what was I going to do? Yes, Raymond rather, pack many crates of tomatoes. And also, while I think about it, we probably need to check Raymond's ideal number of sims, or ideal number of kids as well, which is probably going to be fairly high as he is a family sim. So neat plus his outgoing, so that's 2 plus 3, plus your active, which is 9, plus your nice, which is 4. Divide that by 3, and divide that by your aspiration bonus of 1. You have an ideal family count of 3. So sim settings, pregnancy, ideal family size of 3. So yes, with that giving me a very severe consideration, I think we will get to 7 AM on Monday morning for this family. we will save the game, and I will be ending the stream when we get to that point, because the game seems to be being very temperamental today. And like I said earlier, I think because I'm going to be cutting this Sims 2 stream short today, I may be doing another one later this evening for me, and that is probably going to be just a relax and chat stream. So if people are interested in coming across to that and asking me things and getting to know me, then you're more than welcome to come and join for that. So if I tell you to use the bathroom, and yeah, I thought so, you have like negative attraction for both of the Burr sisters, which I pretty much expected. And you will be growing up in 4 days' time. So for now, once again, speed up the game. We want to get the sim teleporter. It is under statues, put that there. And then we want the inventory transfer vase so that we can invite Richard over, give him all of the tomatoes that we've grown. He can sell them in his business and we can get a bit of money back from him that way. That should be 40 crates of tomatoes that Richard has to sell, which should be more than enough to hopefully keep him in stock for the next bit of a rotation. And it also means we won't be quite as reliant on imports of food and trying to sell those to make some money. So you once should have... Yep. Okay, I had no hand in manipulating this when I said we would have a family sim with a romance secondary and they would do something silly like have a want to have 20 simultaneous loves. I said that because it has happened in my game once and it has now happened again. So yes, unfortunately we do not have 20 sims that he can potentially be romantically interested in, let alone 20 that he can be in love with at the same time. Yeah, so Raymond has finished packing those crates, so we will summon Richard. And let me just check Raymond's inventory. We just have the tomatoes. So we can transfer all items in inventory immediately over to him. So that should be 20 items transferred, 0 errors, and that is looking good. So I don't honestly think there is too much that we can really do here, but I will go across to the end of the rotation. Just so we have a good finishing point and we know where we are. And we can just jump into the Noland household next time. See what Richard is going to do with his newest love interest and his company business. And then we can start considering how we are going to divide up the profits from his business across to the people in the neighbourhood who have been providing him with some of the nice vegetables he has indeed been growing. So we'll tell you, get some leftovers. We could probably benefit with using the bathroom and going to bed. Same with Eric, and someone is calling us once again. Okay, you're already answering that. No, he is not available to talk, and if you wanted to talk to him, you were just here. So you could have done it then. Okay, so you all look absolutely fine, and I think once you get out the bathroom, yep, we will say goodbye to everyone. That includes you, Charlie, who's decided to steal Eric's bed. Yes, I believe I still have a sleep on community lots mod, so that does mean that sometimes Sims, when visiting someone, will decide that Hey, I'm tired. There's a bed here. Let's go to sleep. But yes. I think we're in a good position here. And of course, just to prove me wrong, the game is annoyingly not going to crash out at all between now and when the game reaches 7 AM, is it? Just to prove me wrong. So you want to learn physiology. I think I will bump Ria here up to the next grade level briefly. So school grade for Ria, set you up to a B-. And then Eric is probably going to, I was going to say sit at a C+, but no, he's just rolled a want to learn some cleaning. So he's going to be doing that in the next rotation. Okay, there we go. That has solidified my plans. The game is being a bit funky again. So we will get to 7 o'clock, save the game, go back to the neighborhood so we can just have a quick overview of where we are, and then we will finish up the Sims 2 stream for today. So there we go. 7 AM is the end of the second rotation for this household. Just make sure that the game saves properly and exit to the neighborhood view. So we still have this one house here that is available for someone to potentially move in. We still have our 4 starter homes, but we do have the new community lot of the town square available. This is probably going to look as it is for a couple of rotations while we get some more money in, but this is how it looks for the time being. So we have our graveyard section, our playground, and a food court-ish section. And one of the things I will probably do when going in here is add in some chess tables and whatnot for a bit more entertainment. So we will head back to the neighborhood, and that will be it for us today on The Sims 2. So as I said, quite possibly going to be doing a chill, relaxing and chat stream later on this evening, probably in about 3 hours time, so you are welcome to join me for that. And for today, I think that is going to be it for now. So thank you very much to everyone who's been watching. Thank you to Hoofkins for hopping in and having a quick chat. I had been wondering where you were. So, and I hope to see some of you again next time. Thank you very much and goodbye for now.